Hello guys, so Gagan this side. So today I will discuss about save for letter or save as draft functionality in OmniScript. Okay. So what is save for letter? So we can take an example. Let's suppose that uh, okay, this is a record page, account record page. I'm just refreshing my page, and from this page, if I wanted to launch my OmniScript, okay. So for that, what I have done, I created one quick action, LWC button, and from there I'm launching my OmniScript. So this is my OmniScript, and this is nothing but the forms, first name, last name, email. The customer detail is asking to put. If I am providing the name like test one or like test two, and then anand at the rate gmail.com, and then if I move next, and I'm choosing no. Okay, so at this step, if I basically cross this tab, okay, this particular tab, and I if again click this button, I will not get my pre-filled information, that the information I have given to the form, I will not navigate to that particular step. It will ask me to provide the information again, right? Like it will not start from the second step. Like I was in the second step and I move here. I just provide all of this information before I cross this one, right? So when I'm clicking it again, it's not providing me that information. So in that case, if I wanted to save all the details and I wanted to resume my application from the same step. Okay, so we can take an example. Let's suppose that you wanted to apply for a job application and they are asking for your roll number of the mark sheet. So many information they're asking. So you are provided your customer details, you have provided attachment, but in the mid you have been stuck. Like they are asking for the passport number. At this time you don't have the passport number. You have to basically go somewhere. You collect your passport and then you have to provide the passport information or the like the PDF of the passport in the attachment. So since you have filled five steps all the information, but it's just like you don't have the passport information, you would like to save all the information you have provided. You would not like to start the application from the scratch, right? So for that purpose, Omni Studio provides us this out of the box functionality called save for letter. So now test it how it works. I'm moving test to gun.anand at the rate gmail.com. Next, no. And now I'm clicking this save for the letter. Okay, I will show you how we can configure this, but as of now I'm just giving you the workaround how this functionality works. So I'm clicking OK. So it's asking me whether you wanted to save it for letter or not. I'm just clicking OK. So this success message is coming. So this all the success messages is or say a standard message. And if you wanted to change the success message, you can do it using LWC. So that's also I will discuss maybe in some other video. But this video is related to how we can configure and make one application for available for save for letter. So I'm closing this tab as of now, and let me refresh. Okay, so here you can see in the account record page, you can see there is one text which is mentioned that proceed with your draft application and resume your application. So from here I launched the OmniScript, but if I wanted to resume that application, the whatever the information I provided, test one, test two, and the email ID. So I had to click this. Just a second. So here you can see when I click this button, it navigate to the same OmniScript and all the information is pre-filled, right? Test one, test two, gagan.anand@gmail.com. All the information is pre-filled. So how basically we have resumed the old application using this resume application button, and how we can enable an OmniScript for save for letter functionality. So for that, okay, so for that you can see this is a OmniScript. Okay, this is actually an OmniScript, and when you go to the setup option of the OmniScript, and if you scroll down, you will able to see one option called save options. You can see this save option. So from here you can make your OmniScript available for save for letter functionality. Okay, so you have to click this checkbox. Okay, if you wanted to make it auto saved once you have reached to the particular next step, then you can also click this checkbox. Okay, and here you can provide the expiry dates, like after how many days you wanted to expire the draft application. This is the context ID, nothing but the context ID which is coming from this application, or the record ID you can say. So this in our case, the record ID or the context ID will be the ID of this account record, because we have launching this OmniScript from the account record page. So the ID, this ID will be the context ID. So we are passing this ID, and the save URL pattern is like in which particular field you wanted to save the URL of this OmniScript, the draft application OmniScript. Okay, so because like launching, we always launch the OmniScript using the URL, like, right? So when we click this button, na, save for draft, what it does, it basically create the instance. It create a URL. When we click this button and we click OK, it basically create an instance, or you can say a URL. So you can see this URL is coming, right? And if I will click this URL, you will be navigating to the draft application. So what you have to do, you have to just fetch this URL. You have to make a query on this URL. You have to get this URL. So, and once you will click that particular URL, or like you will navigate to this URL, your draft application will be start. So I will do it again. So you can see I'm giving test one, or I'm giving, like, let's suppose the Gagan Anand. Okay, and I'm giving me gmail.com. Next, clicking no, and now I'm clicking save for draft application. I'm clicking OK. Okay, you can see it's giving me instance or a URL, right? So this is out of the box. This is a standard message which is coming, or this URL is coming. But if you wanted to make it change, like you wanted to make a navigate button as well, like once the application has been saved for later or draft, you wanted to navigate to that particular page, that button you can also create using LWC. So I'm just pasting the same URL. Okay, I'm just pasting this URL. This is something which is given by the OmniScript. And let's wait. So you can see when I click this URL, I've been navigate to that drafted application, right? So you can see Gagan Anand, Gagan at the rate, everything is coming, and we were navigated to the second step. Give the information here. You can see the second step. So how you can basically do this configuration, and this uh, how basically I made this button resume application, and how it's basically we are fetching that particular URL. Okay, okay. Let me tell you. If you go to an object manager, and if you will see save OmniScript, okay. So whenever we click this save full letter button now, it creates a record on this particular object, which is called saved OmniScript. And if you talk about the API name, it's OmniScript instance. Okay, so it basically make a record, and it save the URL. This URL, it save the URL, whatever the URL it was coming, right? So this URL, it save this URL in this particular object field. Okay, I will show you how it basically creates. So I think that, yeah. So you can see this is my developer console, and inside the developer console, you can see I'm making the query on OmniScript instance. Okay, and so So here in the OmniScript instance, what I am doing, I'm just making the search on this resume link, resume link. Resume link is nothing but the same URL which we have to navigate to start the draft application. This is the object ID. So object ID is nothing but this is the context ID. So context ID means this record ID. So OmniScript automatically saved this ID, the context ID, in this particular object, which is called the object ID. And then what I am doing, I'm basically fetching out the latest link, because I'm checking based on the last save date is nothing but the date stamp of the instance. And I'm just making this order by in the descending order. I'm taking limit one, so I'm taking the latest link from this query. So you can see here in the result section, you can see this URL is coming, and this is the record ID of account page, and this is the ID of this record ID, this object record. Okay, so I can show you. So we have so many fields over there. So it fetch all the information automatically, like from which object I'm clicking the save as draft. Okay. So if you wanted to know from which application that link is belongs to, so you can find out. You can also find out which record ID, which particular record or instance record belongs to. So you can get the information from this particular field, and you wanted to get the link, that resume link or the instance link, you can get it directly from this particular field. So the same field we have make the query, you can see this resume link, and it's coming over here. So I showed you, right, when I when we click this button, it's navigating to this navigating to this draft application, right? So how what we are doing in the background. So when I'm clicking this button, I'm just using the navigation mixing. I am providing this URL. Okay, I will show you the I will show you the LWC. So so in the HTML part, we have just given this text to proceed with the draft application. Just a second. So you can see this is the text which is coming from the paragraph, and this is the lightning button. We are giving the name resume application, and the handler name is handle click. So as soon as when I click this button, what we are doing, we are basically calling this inside the event handler. We are calling this navigation mixing, and the navigation mixing we are passing this URL. We are passing this URL because this is the for the draft application. The same URL we are passing to the navigation mixing. Here we are passing. Okay, here. So to fetch this, the URL, what I am doing, I'm calling one Apex class. So here you can see I'm calling this class and this method and passing the record ID, which is coming from the page where I have embedded this LWC. So this record ID is coming using API decorator. So I think you all know how to get the record ID in LWC, and the same record ID I'm passing to this method, and this method is returning me the link, and the link name is resume link, right, from this particular uh, object. Okay, so here you can see the it's giving me the result, and from the result I'm passing getting the resume link, and the same link I'm saving in the fetch URL, and the fetch URL I'm passing to the navigation mixing. This is the navigation mixing, and the URL is nothing but the whatever value coming from this field of the object. And if I go to uh, my Apex class, this is the Apex class. We are calling this Apex class. We are providing uh, passing the record ID. So we are checking which instance have the record ID, that account record ID in this particular field. So like which record is belongs to that record ID, and we are fetching the resume link, the latest resume link, right? Because there could be 10 or 15 or 20 resume link for particular application. So we are getting the latest one, and then in using the navigation mixing, this is the navigation mixing. We are just navigating to that URL, fetch URL. You can see this is coming from this particular field of save OmniScript object. Okay. So again, if I click this button, so it's calling the LWC, and from the LWC, we are using the navigation mixing and passing the URL, and that URL is nothing but is coming from this object, save OmniScript object. So this is it. If you have any query, you can uh, post your comment, and this is very simple thing. Okay, so in the future I will just try to cover a video where I will just teach you how we can create a custom LWC and a custom banner once we have clicked the save full letter button. Okay, and so it's a very simple like configuration. You can do it, and it's a very small LWC that I created. So if you need it, I will just paste this in my GitHub account, and then you can refer this LWC and then try at your home like how you can configure this save for later functionality. And please subscribe my channel. If you have any query, you can also reach out to me on LinkedIn profile. Yeah, thank you.